Hobartville, nothing like a Dane, up against Octagonal, and what a finish.
Yes, one of the sort of finishes that makes racing so great. Nothing like a Dane. Perhaps one of the great three-year-olds that we've seen in recent years, and certainly Octagonal isn't far behind him, if indeed he is behind him. I'd say probably Octagonal would make a very good race with Nothing Like a Dane up to 1.25 miles. I think then the big horse would come right into his own and be very hard to run down. But we're in for some great racing between these two in coming weeks.
Well, we'll look forward to the Hobartville a little later on in our segment. But Keith Hillier joins us from Melbourne, and while we salute two great champions yesterday, Keith, we farewelled another great one at Flemington last Sunday with our Mace K.
Yeah, we did indeed, Dave. Firstly, on those two champs, Nothing Like a Dane's a better start than Octagonal. He just might be the best horse in the land at the moment. I'll debate that perhaps with Max later. But our Mace K, they were the words I left you with last Sunday, that he'd win the Lightning. He didn't, and sadly he'll never race again. He was injured during the run, but we shouldn't take much away from Gold Ace. He's a patched up horse too, a bit of a crock, but Lee Friedman got him right on the day. But we'll see Gold Ace winning the Lightning, but watch for the cerise colours. That was Max's tip, Strategic in the Hawks livery. Last at the moment, flashes home, and another stride would have won the Lightning Stakes.
Hard ridden. Our Mace K's under pressure now. Brawny Spirit in front, Sequalo up on the inside. Our Mace K labouring and wider out. Gold Ace could be the one. He's coming home well. Sequalo hit the front. On the outside, Gold Ace is after him with Brawny Spirit. Then Primacy. Now our Mace K. Gold Ace got up to Sequalo. Gold Ace in front from Sequalo. Flying Strategic. Gold Ace. Gold Ace has won this ahead to either Strategic.
Big run by Strategic, Max.
Should have won easily, Keith. Keith, I believe Shane Dye blamed a wet patch at Flemington. Do you know anything about this? Are there wet patches at Flemington when the ground is good?
Well, there are always excuses in defeat, aren't there? But strangely, Brian York, who rode our Maze K, thought that our Maze K hit a wet patch there too. It was never really confirmed, and it shouldn't have been. The track was fast and the day fine.
Well, yesterday at Sandown, Keith, obviously one of the traditional sprint events, and a certain performance of Drum, it finally stood up and was counted.
Yes, and it seems to be the pattern for Group 1 races yesterday. Drum from the Lee Friedman stable, as was Flying Spur and the Lightning. The only difference between this traditional skelter yesterday was that the opening plate was transferred to Sandown. First running at Sandown, an extra 50 metres. The speed was on for the start. Petita Moore getting to the front there would have won the opening plate at Caulfield, but missed a place at Sandown. Here's Drum, strange horse, needs the hot weather. That's why he's racing in Melbourne, Max, but he's a very good horse.
Will he get the good hot weather for the Newmarket on Monday week?
I think he's got a great chance in the Newmarket. He's always been a horse of undoubted talent. He's just had to put it all together. Perhaps, as Keith said, he needs the sun on his back, so let's hope it shines on Newmarket Day.
Max, the Kindergarten Stakes yesterday, Armadale certainly likes going around Warwick Farm.
Yes, I think he certainly likes the pace easy. Early in the race, he likes the pace easy, but there's no doubt he is much better than the rivals he met yesterday, and it just adds more confusion, I think, to the Golden Slipper, because Armadale, I never thought was really top class. However, he's beating these two-year-olds like an outstanding youngster, and perhaps he is indeed a chance in the Golden Slipper.
Keith, a few slipper hopes fell by the wayside yesterday there in the Kindergarten.
Yes, they did, and the same happened here in Melbourne. We're going to see Al Cashel, who's the nominal favourite for the Blue Diamond next week, and I still think that she's a two-year-old to beat in your slipper, David.
And, of course, Juggler Max coming into reckoning for the Doncaster with a superb performance again yesterday.
Yes, certainly Juggler has plenty of scope for improvement still, which is difficult to imagine on his win in the Apollo yesterday, because he did it with great authority. Saintly, I don't know whether you'd say was disappointing. Certainly if you backed him, he was disappointing. But for a couple here, Max Ravada and Magic Road. Yes, and the jockey Jay Powell was suspended for 8 meetings, and just here he'll cross in sharply. That's Saintly, they're checking off him now, but look at the authority the Juggler's gone to the line, not really touched. Tough horse, a good horse, and there was a protest by the fourth runner, Ravada, against Saintly, dismissed in about 35 seconds. In any other country in the world, Keith, it would have been upheld, considering the severity of the interference.
Yeah, that's interesting. Max Gay Waterhouse told Melbourne radio listeners to dive in head first into Juggler. Sadly, I sort of jumped into the saintly pool. It was empty. But coming up, Nothing Like a Dane, Max, a unique to Sydney set of circumstances when stewards told racegoers about the pre-race problems that Nothing Like a Dane had, and hence, I've no doubt, led to the drift out to 9-2.
It contributed to the drift, Keith, but also the appearance of Nothing Like a Dane was a factor too. Nothing Like a Dane looked well above himself in condition. He certainly will improve greatly for yesterday's run. Certainly he didn't look nearly as fit as Octagonal. So there is the merit in the performance.
Although sensational over the final 100, really.
Well, he's in front of Strategic. He's supposed to be a stayer, but he seems to be more adaptable. Not a Strategic, Octagonal. He seems to be more adaptable. On that performance, how can Octagonal ever beat him at any distance, Max?
Well, Octagonal is just a bloody good horse. And that's why you can never say he'll never beat him, because it was a terrific run by Octagonal. It only took a great performance to beat him. So if Nothing Like a Dane did a few things wrong, if the brakes went against Nothing Like a Dane, he just hasn't got that much on Octagonal. But with a race run as it was yesterday, you can't see Octagonal giving him 3.5 lengths start and running him down. He'll get close to him, but he won't get past him.
Well, they are the best 2 3-year-olds in the land. It's a little sad that they're both based in Sydney, I suppose.
Where all the quality comes from.
It goes to show, Max, we're in for a great autumn, though, with the two clashing head-to-head.
Oh, no doubt. It's only unfortunate the Dane, when the older horse won't be around for much longer, just to really put the test to them.
Well, Keith, anything to report from Moonee Valley today? Have you got a little sleeper there for us?
No, it's a nice meeting there at Moonee Valley, and I really haven't got it, and I don't want to invent one for you, David. There's not a standout bet at the Valley today. I think Max has done more homework.
Well, I'll put it this way, he broke one down last week, so let them all go around on their merits. Our horses to follow, a Juggler, will get better. Drum, now he's broken through, and of course, how could you have a black book special and not have Nothing Like a Dane in it?
OK, well, Keith, you enjoy that nice little meeting at Moonee Valley.
OK, just the Long Ranger, our Shuttle, she'll just go through unbeaten.
And you're off to Rosehill today, Max?
Yes, and I'll leave him with our Cashel, because perhaps our Cashel is an outstanding 2-year-old. But nevertheless, next week we'll tell the story with our Cashel.
OK, we'll have the warring Keith Hillier and Max